Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Azar. I just wanted to talk to you today about doing our drawing. Remember we had mapped out our stick figures in the shape of the body for the form. So I want to just show you how I'm going to complete this drawing. Now I can look back at my reference for my stick figure. The same idea with the circle at the top and having the neck come from the head. Now I'm going to place the hips and the shoulders in this standing position. You can see the legs straight underneath the body. Again, don't forget to place your joints, the shoulders, the hips in alignment, and then coming back down, we want to do our feet, our knees, going down to the feet. And as well as finding the space where the arms, the shoulders being midway through the torso here, the arms with the elbows being through the middle of the torso, to the wrist coming towards the hand, and the hand reaching almost to the middle of the thigh. So now I want to add the flesh to this stick figure. So I want to go around the outside shape, the outside of these lines, his torso. You can see also he's wearing a shirt in between where the hip joint meets and the waist. So for this form, for this straight up standing position, you want to keep all of these planes for the hip and the shoulders straight. And so you can see the form laid out, going back over all the spaces. The neck also goes into the body. So just so that you get the idea of this standing shape, standing form. Now trying another pose. Here we have the standing with our legs apart. One weight of the body is balanced a little bit more to one side, and a slight tilt of the hips. Remember, we did this stick figure drawing, and you can see how one leg goes to the side in that. So here I'm going to start again. The head, oval shape, kind of basic start to the drawing. And then we go with our shoulder position, looking at how one side goes down slightly and the torso is still straightened out, but one leg, because it's going off to the side, will let the hip lower a little bit. So here we have our circles. The hip, the shoulder, one leg being straight ahead, knee joint, ankle, feet. This foot is a little bit forward more, and our other leg to the side. Knee looks probably a little bit lower. Foot is to the side, so the heel comes sideways of this one. And he has his hands in his pockets, so that brings the hands up a little bit more to the hip instead of below. It's also closer to the body here, right? Should look a little similar to what we did the other day. So now I want to build the form around. Because his arms are so close to the body, the part of the shoulder is kind of hiding a little bit behind here in the chest area. And now working on this running pose. So from the profile view, we see him standing head, neck towards the back area here, and the shoulders are stacked forward here. You see a little bit of the back when we draw the fleshed out part, but we're gonna start with just shoulder area into hip area, knee forward into a foot, and back leg is attached, same area of the hip. Knee is a little bit lower to the ground, and his foot's further back. So for the arms, you will see one arm here forward. It seems to get larger in the photo as it is closer to the camera. And you only get to see a small portion of the back arm and the elbow here and the hand. Okay. Just checking our image here. So now I want to add to it the thickness of the body. Of course, you see this front arm and it goes into the back. All thickened up throughout, but covered by the other parts. This arm, this leg. Some of this can get confusing, so you can erase out your skeleton once you know where to place those parts. See from underneath his upper leg. and the sitting position, where body seems to be a little compressed. Looking at how our stick figure drawing started yesterday, the other day. We're going to have the head in the space. The neck is now folded up into the space of the body. The shoulders on this line come up into that head space. Neck is inside here of the shoulder area. Hips look further away, getting smaller. Knees coming out. So the stick figure really helps you find the angles, helps you get the parts more in order where they should be, just by finding the direction of the shapes here. This leg is hard to see because the knee covers over the bottom portion of the shins. So now here we have our side reach with one arm raised, and you'll see here with this drawing how the shoulders, the hips slightly at a tilt. So going back to my figure here, I'm going to have a slight tilt up of the head as well. Neck reaching up. Now we go into our shoulder space. Of course, when we are doing our reach, remember that elbow almost comes in here to the top of the head. But we'll get to that part after. Let's finish this hip area. And down to the feet. Those circles for the shoulder are really important to help us find the placement of the arms. Hand reaching over top. Okay, so the head may be a little too big for this body that I drew. Now, hip area, I'll draw those circles also, spreads out. And the weight distribution, a little bit more to this right leg than to the left leg, but it is distributed between both legs. So the side of this body should feel like it's coming up almost in this, straighter line, whereas this gets shortened. So a little out of frame here, but just going over some of the parts, just so you can see the shape. So for our last pose here, twisted from the back, seeing the same straight on from the back, but you're gonna see a twist of the neck. And the stacking of the shoulders is a slight twist to it, but it is still straight as the hips are. So let's start with our head. This is kind of a 3/4 profile here of the head. You can almost see a little bit of that side. And our shoulders, of course, one shoulder closer to the neck. I just should have shown you this neck is a little bit more to the side. A little bit more open here. The foot a little bit further back from the camera. Shoulder coming closer to the camera, looks a little bigger. Of course, the hands are meeting above the hip. And of course, so now filling out parts of the body here. Shirt coming a little below his hips.